Here's exactly how I went from broke in my parents' basement, having never made a single dollar online, to making 24K a month as an online consultant in about 4 months. This time last year, I was still trying to figure out this whole online business thing. I've been studying it, I've been learning about it for about 4 years prior. And I was stuck in my parents' basement after graduating university and really never figured it out. And there's a lot of stuff that went into that. But really one day I just kind of sat down with myself and I was like, you know what? I've been dabbling for too long. I've been trying to figure this out for too long, but never really took action or committed to anything. So I said, you know what are my options? I could either go path A, which is go get a job, a traditional job that I swore after I finished school that I would never get a traditional job ever again, and that I would start my business and I would make that work. But nearly a year later, I was still in the same spot. So that was what all my friends did, it's what all my buddies did, and it seemed like the most logical way to go. However, I knew deep down that's not what I wanted to do. So I just kind of sat myself down and I looked at that option. Then I looked at the other option, which was take ownership, take responsibility, put my foot down and make things work. And that's what I did. I said, okay, what can I do right now? I had to get resourceful. What can I do right now with everything I have access to in order to get things going and start making this work? So just kind of looked around. My dad was a mortgage broker. So I was like, okay, what if I apply my marketing skills that I've been learning, taking courses and stuff like that, to try to get him more deals for his mortgage business? Sure enough, after a couple months of kind of trying to figure it out, spending a little bit on ad spend, I was able to figure out how to get him more deals pretty consistently and predictably. So I was able to use him as a guinea pig, as a test dummy, and make it work. And that's as simple as that. And then once I did, I saw success, then I was like, okay, I can do this for somebody else. Let's see if I can replicate this success and do it for another mortgage broker. So I started doing a bunch of outreach. I started cold calling. I started cold emailing, sending cold looms, literally anything that I could do to try and book some calls with clients. It took me about 30 sales calls before I signed a client, which was at $200 a month because my software expenses at the time were $200 a month. We slapped on like a commission split deal on top of that as well. So I would get rewarded in the back end, but really I was like, okay, I just need another case study. I need to just double down, get another case study, get a testimonial, get her great results, knock it out of the park for her. So I did that, got her some good results, and then I started building a platform for myself on LinkedIn because that's where my clients hung out and it was really easy to find them. So then on LinkedIn, I started building a name for myself, building my network and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden I started getting a bunch of inbound leads. People would come to me looking for my help. They say, hey Jeremy, I see what you're doing and I'm a mortgage broker looking for more deals. Can we chat? So I'd hop on calls. It took me, after signing that one client, after like 30 sales calls with no results, no luck, then finally I signed another client, and then all of a sudden 2 more like the next week, and then all of a sudden like I went from 0 to now I had a business, I had a bunch of clients. And really in between that, I invested a lot of money that I was not making at the time after trying to figure it out for a while on my own into a mentor, somebody who had been following for a while, somebody who had been getting his clients great results. And I was like, okay, paint me like one of your French girls, do for me what you're doing for them. And sure enough, he helped me out. I think it took about like 6 weeks in, hit my first 9K week, and then really scaled up from there. Signed a bunch of clients, I hired a team, and really just had a booming business. And then a couple months later, that mentor, Trey, he was like, hey dude, you're crushing it. Do you want to join my team as a coach and help others do the same? And I was like, yeah dude, that would be fun. So anyways, long story short, did that, had both going. And then he also asked if I wanted to start taking sales calls for him. And I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be a great experience. So anyways, that kind of leads into where I'm at now. Transitioned my agency clients from done for you over to a done with you model. So rather than me doing everything for them and charging a monthly fee, it's like, hey, why don't I just teach you how to do this? So that way you don't have to pay an agency every single month and you know how to do it. It's all set up, it's very straightforward, really simple, and that's exactly what's going on. And they're booking calls pretty much every single day now. So much more hands-off on my side, and I can charge a lot more up front to just teach somebody a proven process. And anyways, so that's kind of what I've got on the go right now. Doing that, coaching, and then high ticket sales. And yeah, in a 4-week period, I hit over 35 grand. And really, like the biggest thing was like, I just needed to take action. I needed to start, because I've been dabbling for about 4 to 5 years prior. And I tried all sorts of different things. None of them worked. It's like the vehicle itself, it worked. It's just I didn't make it work. I wasn't ready. I wasn't committed. So anyways, guys, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just want to give you some of the key takeaways from my journey. So the reason why I'm making these videos now is just kind of document the journey, document my process, and hopefully some of these lessons that I can share with you guys can help you along your process as well. So some of the key takeaways, the first one, you're rewarded for how much value you bring to the market. So that's one thing that I really understood very quickly, which was learn skills, double down, invest in yourself, and really just learn skills, master skills, get really good at one specific thing. If you can solve a problem really well, the market will reward you for that, right? So invest in yourself, level up your skills, level up your foundations, and reap the rewards. Is honestly the single best investment you can make. That 5 grand that I spent, that I invested into that mentor, was the best money I've ever invested, hands down. And the return that single investment alone has generated for me has been unmatched. So that's point one, guys. Point two, your network is your net worth. So this was kind of like a meme saying, it was a joke that in university our professors would always say that, like in business school, and we all just kind of made fun of it and didn't really think too much of it. And it wasn't until I started to surround myself with other giants that I started to become one myself. Obviously, I'm nowhere near where I want to be right now. However, I'm a lot further than where I was last year, and I'm working my way towards that. So one of the biggest things for me was just being thrown into a community of other business owners who were just crushing it, and it forced me to level up and raise my own standards up to their level. And now, today, I literally, every single morning, 6 days a week, I meet up with guys, and cumulatively, we're doing about 200,000 a month between all of our businesses. And we have a little team meeting, mastermind session every single morning. And that, it just forces you to raise your own standards of performance up to their levels as well. And then ultimately one day we'll be there. So yeah, surround yourself with giants, and ultimately you'll become one yourself. Point three, get very clear on your vision and optimize your life around that. So pretty much all of last year, I put the blinders on. I stopped talking to girls. I stopped drinking. I don't think I drank for 6 months. I deactivated my social media for 6 months, and I really just focused. I put the pedal to the metal, and I said, I'm making this work no matter what. So decide what you want, and whether or not you're willing to do what it takes to get it. That's really what it comes down to. So don't be afraid to give up the things that are holding you back. And that kind of leads me into the fourth point, which is sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice for the things that you want in life, then ultimately the things you want in life become the sacrifice. When I heard that quote, I think it was in an Alex Becker video like 3 years ago. It changed the way I looked at things, and it really hits home. I watch that video like every couple months now just to give me that reminder. And it's just so powerful, because so many people are just celebrating those short term, not even celebrating, there's nothing to celebrate. They're just out there partying, they're out there just kind of throwing their life away and just chasing that short term gratification. Whereas if you can delay that, lay the foundations, put the foundations in place now, then over the long term, you'll actually have something to celebrate, right? You could either like, I'll make another video on this because it's such an important topic that really hits home for me. But anyways, yeah, really just, as Jocko Willing says, discipline equals freedom, right? Don't take your foot off the gas pedal, keep those blinders on and just focus. Focus on what matters to you and block out everything else. Comfort is the enemy. When you start to get complacent, that's where you start to either be stagnant or decline, right? You're either growing or you're dying, I guess. And really just make sure that you don't get complacent, you don't get comfortable, and you're always pushing the boundaries of your comfort zone. When something feels like it's uncomfortable, when it scares you a little bit, that's when you know you need to do it. So yeah, when you're going down a hill, that's what Trey told me. When you're going down a hill, pedal harder. Don't take your foot off the gas, keep going. Momentum is one of your biggest friends. It can be your best friend or your worst nightmare. And it's up to you to decide which one. And then finally, point 5, the last one, take action. Just do it. Stop putting it off. You know what you need to do, just do it. Your future self will thank you for it. Take action, execute, and don't hold back any longer. So anyways, guys, those are 5 of the lessons that I've learned along the way so far. Really just making these videos just to kind of document the process, help you guys out. And if you have any questions, let me know down below. Follow me on Instagram, Jeremy_Pogue. Let me know that you came from YouTube, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure to hit the like button. But anyways, I know I'm gonna get in the comments from you guys, oh, but Jeremy, you didn't make 24K a month. Here you go. There you go, 24, boom. Pretty solid day today too. So anyways, guys, there you go. Great video. Hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.